If your small business feels chaotic right now, you're not alone. I've diagnosed over 200 small businesses in the past 3 years, and I can tell you exactly why it feels this way. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you're missing something specific. And I'm going to show you what it is and how to fix it in 30 days. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact reason your business feels overwhelming, and you'll have a clear framework to fix it. I've also linked a free diagnostic tool in the description that takes 2 minutes to complete and shows you exactly where to start. Let's get into it. First, let me describe what chaos actually looks like in a small business. You'll recognize at least 3 of these symptoms. 1. You're constantly putting out fires. Every day brings a new urgent problem that derails your planned work. You start the morning with a to-do list, and by noon you've completed none of it because you've been handling emergencies. 2. The same problems keep repeating. You fix something, it breaks again 2 weeks later. Customer complaints about the same issue. Staff making the same mistakes. It feels like you're running on a treadmill. 3. Everything depends on specific people. If Sarah is sick, customer orders don't get processed. If John is on vacation, nobody knows how to run the monthly reports. Your business has become a collection of single points of failure. 4. Decisions take forever or don't stick. You spend hours in meetings discussing the same topics repeatedly. Decisions get made but not implemented, or they get implemented differently by different people. 5. Training new staff is exhausting. Every new hire requires weeks of hand-holding. You're explaining the same processes over and over. And even after training, they still come to you with basic questions. 6. You can't scale. You want to take on more clients or expand your services, but you're already stretched thin. Adding more work means you personally working more hours, which isn't sustainable. Here's what's interesting. Most business owners I meet think these symptoms have different causes. They think I need better people. I need more hours in the day. I need to work harder. I need better time management. But after diagnosing over 200 businesses, I can tell you these symptoms all point to the same root cause. The root cause is this. You're running your business without operational diagnosis. Let me explain what I mean. When you feel sick, you don't randomly take medication. You first diagnose what's wrong. Is it a bacterial infection or a virus? Is it your lungs or your stomach? Diagnosis tells you what to treat and in what order. The same applies to your business. But most small business owners skip diagnosis entirely. They see a problem and immediately jump to solutions. Customer complaints? Hire more customer service staff. Cash flow problems? Cut costs. Staff making mistakes? More training sessions. The problem is, without diagnosis, you're guessing. You're spending money and time on solutions that might not address the actual problem. Here's a real example. A client came to me saying they had a staff productivity problem. They were planning to implement a new time tracking system and performance reviews. I ran a diagnostic with them. Turns out the problem wasn't productivity. It was that critical information lived in one person's head. When that person was unavailable, everyone else sat idle waiting for answers. The solution wasn't time tracking. It was documentation. They needed SOPs, standard operating procedures, to capture that knowledge. Without diagnosis, they would have spent thousands on a time tracking system that wouldn't solve their problem. This happens constantly. Businesses invest in software, hire consultants, implement new processes, all without knowing if they're addressing the right problem. And that's why the chaos never goes away. You're treating symptoms, not causes. So how do you diagnose your business? I've developed a simple framework based on 5 questions. These questions reveal exactly where your business is breaking and what you need to build first. Question 1. Can you show me the last 3 operational decisions you made, written, dated, and assigned? This question tests whether you have a decision system. If you can't produce written records of decisions, you don't have operational clarity. Decisions are being made verbally in passing and then forgotten or misinterpreted. This creates the constant rework and confusion. Question 2. If your most experienced staff member left tomorrow, how many processes would break? This tests for people dependency. If the answer is more than 2 processes, you have critical knowledge that's not documented. This is why training is exhausting and why you can't take vacation without your phone ringing constantly. Question 3. Can you quantify your biggest operational bottleneck right now? This tests whether you're measuring what matters. If you can't name your bottleneck with data, you're operating on gut feel. And gut feel is usually wrong about what's actually slowing you down. Question 4. How do you know if a process is working or broken? This tests whether you have process metrics. If you don't know how to measure process health, you can't improve processes systematically. You're just reacting to complaints instead of preventing problems. Question 5. What did you build or improve operationally in the last 30 days? This tests whether you have an improvement system. If the answer is nothing, you're stuck in reactive mode. You're so busy fighting fires that you never build the systems to prevent fires. Most small businesses I diagnose can't answer even 2 of these questions. And that's fine. It's not a failure. It's a starting point. Because once you know where you're weak, you know exactly what to build. The free diagnostic I've linked in the description walks you through these 5 questions, scores your results, and tells you what your priority is. It takes 2 minutes. I recommend pausing this video right now and completing it. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Once you've diagnosed your problem, here's how you fix it in 30 days. Not by doing everything at once, but by building one system at a time in the right order. Week 1. Start with decision capture. For the next 7 days, write down every operational decision you make. Who decided what, when, and who's responsible for execution. Use a simple shared document. This immediately reduces confusion and creates accountability. It's the fastest way to stop rework. Week 2. Document your most critical process. Pick the one process that, if it breaks, causes the most chaos. For most businesses, this is customer onboarding, order fulfillment, or cash flow checks. Write a simple SOP. Not a 50-page manual. A 1-page step-by-step guide that your team can actually follow. I have SOP templates in my $9 quick start pack if you want a head start. Link is in the description. Week 3. Implement and test that SOP. Have someone on your team follow the written process without your help. Watch for where they get stuck. Revise the SOP based on what you learn. This week is about proving that documentation actually works. Week 4. Set up a simple review rhythm. Schedule 30 minutes every Monday to review what broke last week and what needs to be documented next. This becomes your continuous improvement system. It ensures you're always building, not just reacting. That's it. 30 days. One system at a time. And you'll notice the chaos starting to decrease. Not because you're working more hours, but because you've built clarity into how your business operates. If you recognized yourself in this, here's the test. Can you show the last 3 operational decisions you made, written, dated, and assigned? If not, that's the problem. I built a simple decision system to fix exactly this. It's linked below. The free diagnostic takes 2 minutes and shows you exactly where your business is breaking. Once you complete it, you'll know your priority. And if you want the complete system, the $9 Quick Start Pack includes the Decision Capture Template, 3 essential SOP templates, and the 30-day implementation guide. Everything I just walked you through, ready to use. This isn't about working harder. It's about diagnosing first, then building what actually matters. Stop guessing. Start diagnosing. The link is in the description.